Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play The Political Machine 2016. Barely got that word out. We are playing as Bernie Sanders, and our competitor is the man with the gorgeous hair, Donald Trump, over here. Our plan for victory is this: we are going to attempt to take the Northeast, the West Coast, New Mexico, and Hawaii, and if we get that, we will get 280 electoral votes. Florida has basically gone fully Republican, just sort of passively, as well as Texas over here. We could have potentially fought for Florida, but in this case, we're going to leave it be, and we're going to continue to fight up here. We are locking down some of these states. Some of them are great because we don't have much in the way of awareness on either side, although we have a slight edge in support overall, but that could go very, very quickly. These purple ones are starting to fill out quite fast as well. We do have a big edge in Ohio, a decent one in Indiana, although again, fair amount of neutrals in both. Illinois is actually like super close, and our awareness is quite low. We're going to make a pass through Michigan and then Wisconsin, then go back down to Illinois and try to lock that down completely if we can. We don't have a whole lot of money in the war chest. We might be able to do some more fundraising, but mostly I'm going to try to just get the word out with the right kind of speeches. Michigan really cares about deficit reduction. We could improve our overall position on it, which might be a good idea. The other thing I'm going to do, though, is reducing unemployment. In fact, if I can get that in a better position than repealing Obamacare and a strong military in terms of what people care about, that would be great. Although I am out of stamina right now, so I'm going to have to go and skip to the next turn. Which I'm going to do. Also, I can get a new special interest group, the National Organization for the Support of Colored People. We're going to get that locked in there, which is going to give us a lot more awareness nationwide. As you can see, that's already improved Michigan just by itself, which is really nice. But I'm still going to give the speech about reducing unemployment. There we go. Fair bit more attention or awareness in Michigan. I could give another speech just to try to lock it down completely so I don't have to come back here, which might not be a bad idea. How are we looking here? Yeah, let's try to get reducing unemployment to be considered more important than repealing Obamacare. There you go. Solid blue position now. Things can still change, of course, but for now that's pretty good. We have one more stamina left, which is enough to move to another state. So we're going to go right next door to Wisconsin over here and end our turn. Actually, we do have enough for an operative. Not really, though. I think what I'm going to do is wait until I've got enough to hire a fixer and then see if I can... Oh, no, hold on. I should have gotten this right from the start, the fashion consultant, because I think that is not a positional thing. Gives us a boost to appearance, ads become more effective. It might be a little late for that, but it's probably a good investment. Okay, next turn. Ooh, did he just get a new... He might have just put in a new ad because there was a lot of shift all over. I don't know why he's spending time... Yeah, oh, he got the Christian Confederation. I don't know why he's spending time in California. He can't possibly win California. So we're just going to give a speech here in Wisconsin, and... we're going to try. So they already care about state unions a lot, and I should be fairly well aligned there. In fact, Trump is not. And I could give a speech about the importance and align myself even more, but I think what would be better is if I talked about the importance of a student loan reform and try to bring that above Obamacare and strong military in terms of importance. I think that will do good for me. If nothing else, just raising my awareness here will be good. See, at this point, I've got a 12-point lead in Wisconsin. There's still a lot of neutral votes up for grab and a lot of awareness up for grab. Trump could maybe bump me out there, but I think that'll be good enough. So instead, I'm going to spend one stamina flying down to Indiana, and then I'm going to give a speech here. Just enough stamina for a speech. I wonder... No, neutrals don't really care about that. Yeah, the student loan reform. I think we're going to keep doing that. Reducing unemployment wouldn't be bad too, but Trump has actually got almost as good of a rating as me there. So let's do the student loan reform. There, our future. Okay, that's quite good. Our awareness is basically the same, and I've got an 11-point lead with that. There's only 5% independence. I think that is probably locked down Illinois for us. Let's go to the next turn. Sanders continues a strong lead as finish line nears. 5 weeks left. Kentucky. I can definitely get Kentucky. I don't think that was even part of our initial plan, was it? No, we're planning on maybe losing Kentucky. I think I can ninja Kentucky. Speech on student loan reform. That is like my number one thing, apparently, is Bernie Sanders. Increases our awareness, increases our support, and actually, we're going to bump that up even more. Use up the rest of our stamina here. Lock up Kentucky. So let's actually change our strategic planning. Flip Kentucky to our side. So how are we looking? Okay, we're going to have to do a pass on the West Coast and New Mexico. And finish up over here. But we're not, like, losing any of those. They're just, you know, maybe too undecided. But they should still be leaning my way. And indeed, that is definitely the case. Washington is super close. Oh, I have an interview waiting for me. Oh, no, but I used up all my stamina. Is it still going to be there? No, I've missed the interview completely. That is super disappointing. All right, the NRA went to Trump. Special interest. Do I have one more? Yes, the National Association for Women. We've got that. Now, if I had more money, if I were a richer candidate, I could go and dismantle my outreach centers at this point and replace them with something else. But at this point, I actually have lots of empty spots and just don't have the money to build more things. I do have enough for another big political operative. He doesn't really have many political operatives. I'm actually surprised. He's got all this. He's got all these bits that build. Oh, he's got them down here. He's lowering my integrity in Mississippi, and he is... Oh, but his own integrity is being lowered by a kook. Still, I'm not going to compete for Mississippi. It's only an 8-point independent. I mean, maybe I could fight hard and break some of the Republican support, but that would be pretty hard. And it's not part of the plan, right? So since I already took Kentucky, what about Virginia? And what about West Virginia? Maine is leading my way. It's not guaranteed. Connecticut is... That's pretty good. Rhode Island is pretty good. What kind of issues? I got student loan reform is in there, so I can give myself a boost by doing that. I don't have to build anything to unlock that. I like it. Let's go to Virginia. Give a speech on student loan reform. It's my standard... It's my stump speech. More support, more awareness. I think we might just do a second one of those. So, I mean, it's already the top issue. At this point, I'm mostly looking to lock in that issue, but also get more awareness. There we go. So I've got a 9-point lead. There's only 9% independence there. I mean, things could still happen, but it seems unlikely. Okay. Oh, yeah, my special interest. I really should. Could have left the spin doctor here. I always only got 6 votes, but we could do something about that. Because I can move these guys. I'm going to pick up Iowa. Trump's got a TV interview. Oh, I've got a TV interview. Let's take care of that before I forget. He's got an interview he may or may not do. 60 seconds! All right. Tonight, a special report on the danger of the internet. Are you one of millions of Americans who take arguing on message boards or YouTube comments too seriously? I'm Leslie Danger. We'll have that story and more tonight on 60 Seconds. The United States spends vast amounts of money on military. Can we afford to keep doing this? We need to protect ourselves from Canada. No. We got to keep the secret Canadian invasion plan a secret. I think Bernie will say a strong military is no longer necessary. Ooh, people really like that answer. So that was really in line with his beliefs. What's your view on public sector unions? I support unions. Unions should be battered and deep fried. I support unions. There you go. That worked out really well for me. Touchscreen video games is all that flicking and poking endangering the nation's moral health. Brave answers on 60 Seconds and Press. Good. Okay. Oregon, again, leaning my way. There are some undecideds, but still leaning my way. I could do a speech while I'm here. I think I'm going to have to trust that it's good enough and instead pop over to Washington, which is more in danger. And we're going to give a speech on student loan reform. My go-to here, but it works out okay. All right, now we have a 5-point lead. Can't do another speech. I do have enough money for an ad, a small ad. Tell you what, let's leave an ad on student loan reform. It's only got 3 weeks left, but we'll run it for 3 weeks. It'll keep increasing the importance of that that issue here, plus increase my platform's stance on it. How's New Mexico going? New Mexico, we are currently in the losing column, but mostly I think it's because of lack of awareness. I think if we went and stumped there, and we've got a lot of things that we can stump on. I think we can get New Mexico and its 5 votes back in our column pretty easily. Let's get another operative over here. We'll get a spin doctor. Just park him here as well, which should help us next turn. There you go. We're already pretty damn close in here, so we'll give a speech on student loan reform. Lots of support. Now I have a 3% edge. Let's give another speech. There we go. 7-point edge, only 5% independence. I think we've got that pretty locked down. If the election were held today, I would definitely be winning. Pennsylvania is pretty solidly in the Sanders column. Maine, not so much. It would be nice to get you there. New Jersey with 14 votes. You're in my favor. It'd be nice to get that to actually turn blue. How many votes does Hawaii get? 4. I think we go for Jersey. If I clicked it properly, which I may not have. Nope, that's Jersey. Excellent. Just by landing there, it turns slightly blue. Just by landing somewhere, you do get a little bit of attention, as the press reports on it, and apparently by ending my turn there as well. It's gone solid blue. It is an 11-point lead. Still a lot of neutrals, but it's not too bad. He could flip it back if he wanted to. I think I'll go and give one speech. There we go. Lock that in. How are we looking here? Iowa is okay. Pennsylvania is not solidly blue. I mean, it really is in my favor. It might be nice to lock in completely. I don't know, it's definitely leaning my way, but you never know. Let's make sure we don't lose Pennsylvania. Things can happen. There's a certain amount of randomness, I think, plus there's a bunch of random events that can hit pretty hard, pretty fast. Let's give our student loan speech. Okay, that is really solidly blue at this point, and we are out of stamina, and we don't really have enough consulting stuff. The race draws to a close. This is the final week with Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump starting to feel the burn. Yes, feel the burn of the 21 weeks. The two candidates are forced to push for one more week of last-minute vote grabbing. Hands will be shaken, babies will be kissed, promises will be made, but will it all capture enough votes to bring home the presidency? We'll know in a week. Worth noting that if you were playing a longer campaign, then the buildings become much more important. You end up spamming these things all over the place, and the influence becomes a little bit more valuable, and the money from the HQs become critical as they add up there. In fact, I should have moved Elizabeth Warren a while ago. Oops. Let's move her into there. And yeah, maybe we'll visit Iowa. Iowa's pretty well. It's only a 5-point lead with 7% undecided. It could swing away. It seems pretty unlikely. West Virginia, I think, would be the better investment. Over here. Come in here. Ooh. Well, let's talk about reducing the deficit. And if nothing else, bring up my awareness would be good. And let's do a print ad for that, because I literally have no stamina to do anything else. Oh, I don't even have enough money for the print ad? No. All right, so I'll just fly somewhere. Just again, landing somewhere will give you a little bit of awareness. Delaware with 3 votes. Maine with 4. Let's fly to Maine. And I literally don't have enough money. So, I don't know, we'll fundraise here. 10,000 bucks. Just as a way to end. Okay, guys, it is election night. Hopefully we have done enough. We don't know exact. Some of the states are still undecided. I mean, Oregon is leaning towards us, but there's 6% in undecided, and we don't know exactly if everyone will show up, what the turnout will be. We'll have to cross our fingers. Election night results. Blue, blue, blue. Okay. All right. The Northwest is definitely falling that way. New York was a big one. That was Ohio just went. Florida went the other way, of course. Michigan, yes. Okay. That's good. Our Northeastern strategy has worked. And then some. Texas, of course, going Republican. Not a surprise there. Blue state, what was that? Montana? I don't know. New Mexico is gone. The western coast has gone, and there we go. 301. Did we get Hawaii? Yes. Didn't get Alaska. 305 votes. This is an overwhelming, huge win for Bernie Sanders over here on beginner difficulty. Won the day in the presidency with a strong showing both the popular vote and the Electoral College. One of the deciding factors in Sanders' victory was his use of political capital, which he used more extensively than Trump. Sanders spent less money than Trump, which just goes to show you that you don't have to buy your victory. We can get the exit polls over here, see issues. One of the biggest issues nationwide was big government, which Trump was, more in favor. People don't like big government, I think. So most of the people swung in Trump's direction for that. Gay marriage was another big one. Most people swung in my direction for that. Deficit reduction went to Trump. Tax cuts went to Trump. Strong military went to Trump. But abortion rights, to me, unemployment is split, which is not a surprise. Iranian nuclear deal went my way. Obamacare repealing went towards Trump. People were liking that. And then Wall Street regulation my way. But look at this. It's only a 2 million person difference between the two sides. That's how close these elections always are. But in electoral votes, I did win pretty well there. So I played a better strategic game, which is good. And yeah, you can see here, because of beginner strategy, Trump was not spending his political capital or his clout for whatever reason. The clout doesn't make any sense, though, because he did get endorsed, so I don't know what was going on there. But the political capital, he wasn't using it actively because I think it was a lower difficulty. And thank goodness for that, because I almost did not win. So there we go. I'm looking forward to playing this some more. In particular, I'm going to dabble with some of the longer campaigns. Maybe I think this would make an excellent live stream. Pretty dramatic. We'll see. I don't know. But there you go. There's the Political Machine 2016. Hope everyone felt the burn. Next time, maybe we'll come back with a Republican campaign. See you next time, folks. Bye-bye.